ever be loyal to a guy?
I feel like I am sometimes. I am right now.
She's fucking John Zerka while married to a Mormon bishop, and she shoots porn.
It's amazing.
But you're not loyal to your husband.
I am loyal to his penis right now.
You're loyal to John Zerka's penis, but you have a fucking husband.
Okay.
He has a husband.
So your Mormon husband, if he was watching this and heard everything,
he probably is watching.
So how does he feel about John Zerka?
He's
is he supportive? Is he proud of you?
He's not like, oh my god, please fuck my girlfriend. But he's like, you're in your 20s, like get it out now, so I can like marry you when you're loyal when you're 30, and I won't like fuck my cool boy.
Sounds like a man that's very secure in himself.
I get it. I don't like the two-party system. I think our country's corrupt, and quite frankly, I don't want to vote for Biden. It feels like voting for a Republican. But I'm gonna do it. You want to know why?
Why?
Because the alternative is a fascist. A fascist is a fascist. Maybe we can have the conversation about dismantling the two-party system when a fascist isn't running. Maybe we can do that later, kiddo. Champ. Chief. Maybe we can talk about it later! Off to people that are pro-life! I f***ing hate you! Why can't women have abortions? I just saw a pro-life sign driving down the road having a mental breakdown! And I was trying to say, oh, you people are you're so f***ing stupid!
Hold up, everyone, this is wild. New data just dropped, and it's proving what we've been shouting from the rooftops. Women are getting more liberal in the US, and guess what? That's making them way less dateable. No man's ever thought, man, I can't wait to find me a super liberal woman to build a family with, but here we are, with liberalism among women in Western countries soaring higher than ever. Let's be real, liberalism's turning the dating scene in a circus. The qualities guys used to crave, like traditional values, commitment, and family focus, are going out the window. Instead, we've got a dating pool filled with women who are all about their political agenda, and honestly, it's making finding a solid partner a total nightmare. It's like the more liberal they get, the less they care about the stuff that actually matters in a relationship. No wonder men are either bailing on the dating scene or looking abroad for someone who hasn't been swept up in this political whirlwind. The dating game's turning into a hot mess, and it's only heating up.
I'd love for the feminists, please apply for the oil rigs. Please go do the hard jobs in society. They're open, they're hiring, because I don't equate for, I don't think men or women are equal until we do the equal work. Go apply to be on the oil rigs, go be a plumber, go be an electrician, go be on the front lines of the military, and then we should have equal rights. But until feminists are willing to do that, I don't believe we should have the freedom without the responsibility.
Okay, well, I don't think that I'm physically built for that. You might be, but I'm absolutely not. No, but you said you were a volleyball.
Wow.
You said you were a volleyball player, and so you've got more strength than I do. I don't think.
But
that
I don't have more strength. I don't have more strength than the average. I don't have more strength than the average man. But again, it goes back to go be a plumber. You want to be equal, go be equal.
Did you catch that slick move? That feminist tried to wriggle out of taking any real responsibility by telling Pearl to join the military, all because she's an athlete. Like, what does that even have to do with anything? It's like saying, oh, you can run fast, go fight a war, it's a total dodge. Instead of owning up and actually practicing what she preaches, like getting a blue-collar job herself, she throws out some random suggestion to throw everyone off. Classic move. It's like she's playing dodgeball with accountability duck, dodge, deflect. It's kind of hilarious, though, watching her scramble like that. But let's be real, it's just deception wrapped up in some bizarre advice. You gotta laugh at how far some people will go just to avoid doing the hard work themselves.
Historically, within a generation, men and women have held similar views or ideologies. With Gen Z, for the first time, we're seeing something very different, which is that men and women within Gen Z have very different views of the world, with women being much more progressive and liberal and men being much more conservative. This seems to be a global phenomenon. These charts are from an article that was in the Financial Times yesterday, and they picked a few countries for this particular graphic, but in the article, they talk about countries pretty much all over the world. On these charts, the x-axis is time and the y-axis is political ideology, with higher on the axis being more liberal and lower on the axis being more conservative. If we look at South Korea, we see a huge gap that's developed over time among men and women between the ages of 18 and 29. And if you look at that red line, you do see women are becoming more progressive and more liberal over time, but really the biggest change is young men becoming much more conservative, especially in the last 5 to 8 years. South Korean women are so fed up with the discrimination against women in their society that they're refusing to get married and they're refusing to have children. That has led them to have the lowest birth rate in the world in 2022 at 0.78 births per woman. There's even a name for this movement, which is called the 4B movement. The 4Bs stand for no dating, no heterosexual sexual relationships, no heterosexual marriage, and no bearing children. South Korea seems to have the biggest divide among Gen Z, but you see a similar pattern right here with the United States, with women becoming more liberal, men becoming more conservative, and the gap widening. And then you also see the same thing with Germany, where again, women are becoming more liberal, men are becoming more conservative, with the gap widening. In the UK, it seems to be that men and women are both becoming more liberal, but women are becoming more liberal more quickly than men, thus creating a larger gap.
This is like a dating disaster waiting to happen for all those women out there who are hoping to find a partner or get hitched someday. Let's be real, being a liberal today usually means you're living that woke life. And guess what? That woke life often comes with a hefty side of feminism. And in the dating world, feminism can be a major turn-off for many men. So while these women are out there flaunting their progressive creds and marching to the beat of their feminist drum, they might just be making it even harder to find Mr. Right. It's like they're playing a dating game with a whole new set of rules where being a woke feminist is the ultimate power move, but in the end it's not scoring them any extra points in the romance department. If you're all about political causes and feminist ideals, that's your thing, but don't be surprised if finding a partner gets trickier. In the dating world, traditional values and genuine connections still pack the most punch. So if those aren't on your radar, you might just find yourself sitting on the sidelines while others are dancing off into the sunset. It's wild how, despite having more privileges than ever, some women still manage to mess things up royally. It's like they're on a mission to pick the least appealing paths possible. Feminism kicked off the fat positivity movement, encouraged women to be argumentative, combative, cold, and controlling, and now they're diving headfirst into political choices that make them less attractive to men. Feminists might shout from the rooftops that they don't care about appealing to men, but let's be real, reality's going to hit hard in their 30s when they're suddenly itching for a family. They'll look back and realize they spent a decade turning themselves into a magnet for the exact kind of men they actually want. But by then the damage is done, and it's too late to turn back the clock. Being a liberal woman today often means becoming insufferable, a drama magnet, and a poor long-term partner choice. Men don't want drama, they crave peace. Yet modern liberal women seem to be all about stirring it up. From marching at protests to dropping intense political debates at the most inappropriate times, they make sure their opinions are everywhere. Ever met women like this? It's like clockwork. They're not just expressing their views, they're injecting them into every corner of life, often when they're least needed. So if you spot a woman with strong liberal leanings, that might be your cue to brace yourself for a whole lot of drama.
And another loophole was if I put like Band-Aids over my boobs, he's not actually touching Band-Aids.
Right, yeah.
So I put like Band-Aids over my nipples and be like, God doesn't see underneath Band-Aids.
Guys, I went on a date this week and I felt the feminism leaving my body. I live on the east side of LA, and if you don't know what that means, it's sort of like the artsier part of LA, you know? It's people say it's like Brooklyn and New York. So I go on dates with a lot of men and women who, you know, live over here. There's always a negotiation about who pays, and that's great. I like to pay for people, all that. But what I will say is that I sort of fell into going on a date with the most guy's guy I've ever been on a date with. And he's from West, you know, Santa Monica. He's a bro, right? A guy's guy is usually not my type. Like, I cannot remember the last time that I went on a date with like a straight bro, you know what I'm saying? But it befell me. It befell me in an organic fashion. So I'm on this date with this guy, and the thing about a guy's guy is he's putting his card down. He's paying for everything. And I really it sort of activated something feral in me, I'm not gonna lie. We went to like another bar, and he was gonna go to the bathroom, so I was getting prepared to pay for our drinks because he's been paying all night. Of course I'm gonna pay for the next round. But as he's going to leave for the bathroom, he turns to me and he hands me his credit card and he goes, "Here's my card, get us whatever." It might be time for me to get away from all these, you know, liberal snowflakes on the east side.
She said her date befell her in an organic fashion, which sounds like a line straight out of a bad rom-com script. What does that even mean? Was it supposed to be a free-range date, or just another episode of I'm woke but deep down I love traditional? Because let's be real, she was practically glowing when the guy offered to foot the bill. Classic case of talk the talk but can't walk the walk. Here's the juicy bit: this woman is about as woke and liberal as they come. But the minute a man with old-school values steps into her life, suddenly all that feminist rhetoric goes out the window. It's like she's got a built-in forget feminism switch that flips when a real gentleman shows up. Modern women are out here demanding chivalry and traditional values from men while they're busy rejecting traditional roles themselves. They want men to lead but also freak out if you actually take charge. They expect you to pay for everything, yet scream about being financially independent. They crave protection but will turn on you for being too protective. It's like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. Nothing adds up. The ultimate twist? These same women wonder why all the good men seem to be disappearing. They're treating dating like a buffet, looking for that perfect man who checks every box on their wildly contradictory wish list. Newsflash: this approach is a one-way ticket to loneliness city when the wall comes crashing down. Liberalism has turned dating into a circus act where the traits that women pick up are the exact opposite of what men are looking for. But hey, feminism's been shouting for decades that women shouldn't worry about what men want. So is it any wonder that modern women are shaping up to be the most unattractive in history? They're serving up self-inflicted unattractiveness on a silver platter, and it's a real shame.
Honey, some of us do not want to date at all, and has nothing to do with whether we think that there are good guys out there or not. Me personally, I think millennial men are not built to be husbands, and they live in a psychosis of monogamy. These men are not monogamous, and I don't want to date a man who tells you he's monogamous and he's not really. I also don't want to date a man and feel like I'm having to prove that I'm good enough for him. In a talking stage, in a dating stage, I just don't want to do that. I'm in my 30s and I'm over it.
Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence, and I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role. And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
All right, buckle up. Here's the spicy take. This woman is like a walking, talking cognitive dissonance festival. She's out here waving her "I'm so independent" flag, but then turns around and practically begs for someone to lean on. Talk about a plot twist. It's like she's got this inner battle going on, with feminist propaganda playing the role of the brainwashed DJ. She's doing the independence cha-cha while secretly wishing for a big, sturdy shoulder to lean on. Can you say conflicted? And here's the kicker: when a real deal, traditional man steps onto the scene, suddenly it's like feminism gets a backstage pass and vanishes. It's like she's got a built-in forget feminism button that gets pressed whenever Mr. Reliable shows up. Feminism. What's that again? Oh right, she's too busy dreaming about good old-fashioned stability to remember.
Just an update from your 35-year-old best friend in Brooklyn. I actually agree with Max's comment here. Women do hit the wall around 30. Yeah, we've actually been dating so much and we've done so much work on ourselves that we've hit the wall of dating immature, emotionally unavailable, patriarchal, and misogynistic, closed-minded men. Yeah, we're really looking forward to emotionally available partners who can support us and we can support them. So yeah, I'm so glad that, word is spreading. I hope this is the beginning of a revolution.
This woman hit the wall so hard her eyes are on a permanent loop-de-loop. Seriously, if you can figure out who she was actually talking to, you deserve a medal. But here's the kicker: this kind of woman has become the new standard in the West. It's gotten so bad that when you actually meet a normal, sane woman, it feels like finding a unicorn in your backyard. Back when dating apps were my playground, I was the epitome of naive, but one experience gave me a real wake-up call. I was mostly encountering those party girls who thought getting drunk every weekend was a personality trait. Then, out of the blue, I met a woman who was the complete opposite. She said she hated getting drunk, was all about health, and preferred cozy family time, only going out once a month. Naturally, I thought she was too good to be true. A week later, I decided to check in on her, and I imagined her being out, wasted with friends. Turns out she was at a cooking class. Jackpot, right? But let's face it, women like her are like finding a needle in a haystack these days. And let's talk about this so-called survey where nearly 40% of women supposedly get turned on by men who identify as liberal. Total BS. Pay attention next time a guy says he's a liberal. Women often see him as a simp, a people pleaser who's too scared to rock the boat. These progressive men are basically nice guys who'd rather crumble than upset a woman. Guess what? Women don't respect them. Just look at Destiny, the poster child for liberal simps. He spent years peddling his liberal nonsense while trash talking the red pill and MGTOW communities. What happened? His wife left him for someone else. Women like progressive men because they can control them, but a man who's easily controlled is not a man she respects. Eventually, the attraction fades and she's out the door. This carousel of confusion is a one-way ticket to nowhere for many modern women. So here's the deal: if you're watching this, you know what's up. The best move is to walk away. Let modern women tie themselves in knots trying to figure out life without us. They can adopt all the wild world views and toxic narratives they want. Meanwhile, focus on yourself, your family, and your friends. Become the best version of yourself so these crazed left-leaning groups can't control you. Feminism's grip on society isn't letting up, but if you stick to your traditional masculine values, you'll see that this society might punish masculinity in public, but rewards it in private. Go your own way, and you'll thank yourself later. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment and share this with others. See you in the next video. Until then, take care. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment and share this with others. See you in the next video. Until then, take care.